Good evening. I'm Rico Miller. Today we'll be talking about the teacher role in special education, my professional dispositions I have, and how I think that will make me better at teaching. And finally, I will speak on teachers having biases and how that affects the relationship with students and parents. In special education, the role of a teacher is to ensure they're doing everything possible that they're doing everything possible so that the students is learning all the objectives that needed to reach the next grade level. They're also supposed to keep the progression of the IEPs of students, seeing that each child is seeing how each child is improving from week to week. And when planning a education, each child has their own IEPs, so the curriculum will be the same curriculum, but with each child, you might have to adjust a little bit according to the child's learning disability. Teaching is very hard. You have a lot of students that don't respect adults. But even though they don't always respect adults, you will always have to be professional. You can't let them get you out of character. So you always have to be professional. And a lot of times, in a lot of stuff that students do is to get a reaction out of teachers, and they know that their friends have phones because 9 times out of 10, a lot of kids in schools have phones. So what you say and do might be recorded, and that's something that can come back on you. And with dealing with kids with special needs, that's something that you really need to stay professional, because you wouldn't want anything to come out with you losing your temper or anything like that with children of that need. Now, my opinion within special education is something that I've seen done before is getting to know your students, finding stuff that they like and getting it for and buying it. Like different snacks, different little toys or whatever. You can buy those right there for the students, and they'll be happy to receive those items. So you let them know if they're acting up, they cannot get those items. But if they're good that week, if they're good for the week, they can go to the treasure chest and get items that they would like. And with teaching students with special needs, you need a lot of help, because you might have a lot of different students in your classes, and some students will react different to different teachers. So working with other teachers, finding out how that student works in their class, how they deal with different students with different disabilities, that's very important. Collaborating with other teachers, just learning from one another. And as I said, being a teacher, you have to be professional. You have to come with the professional dispositions. And mine is, I'm committed to students learning. I always have a positive attitude. I carry myself professionally, and I communicate effectively and professionally. And my attitude is what I feel. My attitude and my honesty, I feel, will make me a great teacher. And my care for education, it allows me to have the students to have fun at the same time as they're learning. And entering the classroom, I think something that I would need help with is just finding out different things to make the education fun for the students. And teachers, they should not have personal biases, because that right there could really affect if you're talking about students, other students saying that you're talking about this student, and talking about parents and students saying you're talking about their parents. They can make a student feel down. So you want to do whatever you can to stay professional at all times when teaching. It's the main objective, being professional and seeing that the children are learning. Thank you all. I'm Rico Miller.